It wouldn't be polite to let the paying customer know she was turning him on. She took one of the cushioned chairs in front of the desk and glanced around in surprise at the plush surroundings. Yo smiled to himself. The outer shop may look like a typical hunter's paradise, complete with gear, clothing, and weapons, but where he and the other men worked, luxury was the word. He took the plush chair behind the desk and pulled out a leather-bound notebook and a ballpoint from the desk drawer as she continued to peruse the stone walls and pink granite fireplace. In the back of his mind, he wished he'd listened to his inner voice and lit the damn thing that morning. It would have made for some very nice ambiance at the moment. I have to admit, Mrs. McNulty, we don't often get a call to hunt for people. He opened the notebook and went to a clean page to begin a new entry. She focused her attention on him. It's Miss McNulty. But you can do it, correct? You can help me look for him? Straightforward, no nonsense. Not even a whisper of a plea or a demand. His respect for her climbed a few more rungs. Leaning back in the chair, he rolled a pen between his fingers. You said you were looking for your brother. Yes, Francois McNulty, but he goes by Frank. Francois McNulty. The bell rang louder. Would that be Senator Francois McNulty? The pretty head nodded. Her short, thick hair brushed the tops of her shoulders like dark angel wings, and he could feel his interest growing harder. Yo spread out his hands. Why come to us? I thought the FBI was already on the case. I was told by several people that you guys know these swamps like no other. The police and FBI don't know what the hell they're doing, and I'm afraid that by the time they find him, he could be dead. Her voice cracked a tiny bit on the last word, but her face remained stoic. Yo could tell the woman was close to her sibling. Sitting up in the chair, he started taking notes, beginning with today's date. Okay, tell me what's going on. I don't know. He's been acting strange the last couple of times I spoke with him. On the phone or in person? On the phone. He has a place up in Washington where they're in session. I live in Houston, where we're originally from. Yo silently motioned for her to continue. Anyway, Frank called me a little over a week ago to tell me he needed to take some time off to think. He'll be up for re-election next year, and he said he was seriously considering not running. Did he say why? No, and that bothers me. Frank tells me everything. Always has, ever since I can remember. I'm his sole confidant. I take it he's not married. She shook her head. Her hair glimmered in the natural lighting coming through the floor-to-ceiling window. Yo caught a glimpse of her left hand where she rested it on the chair's arm. There was no ring. In fact, he could not see any piece of jewelry on her. Not even a watch. Not only was the woman unmarried, she didn't appear to be engaged either. So, when did you bring the feds into this? I didn't. Frank's secretary did. When a bill he was co-sponsoring came up for vote, Frank never showed up on the floor. Someone went to get him, but they found his office empty. Sometime during the day, he'd left without telling Claire where he was going. Claire is his secretary? Yes. Maybe he had an errand to run, or time got away from him, Yo suggested. No. His position in D.C. means everything to him. He's never missed a vote. Never. He would have been there. Something's happened to him. And I want to know what. I want him found. Something's happened to him? Yo lifted an eyebrow at her. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for the punchline. She bowed her head for a moment, then continued. Frank calls me every Friday. It's a habit he'd gotten into when I was in college. He'd call me every Friday night to see how my week had been. She tucked a lock of her hair behind her ear. Small ear with a single diamond stud in the lobe. Half carat from the size of it. Yo quickly corrected his earlier assessment as he cleared his throat and squirmed slightly in his chair. Let me guess. He didn't call you this past Friday. No, he didn't. And he's never missed a Friday in over 6 years. Never. What's worse, when I...